What's up, everybody? It's Night Off. We're back with more tier list shenanigans. Derek's coming in freaking hot today. He's got some takes. He's got some things he's got to get off his fucking chest. Let's roll. We left off with, I don't remember who the last person was, but I know who the first person up is. Do you guys recognize this gentleman here on the bottom right with what do they got him here with? It looks like a chunk of rope and a cowboy hat.
Honestly, from the picture, I have no fucking clue.
I wouldn't expect you to. That is Stan the Lariat Hansen, one of the hardest hitting motherfuckers to ever wrestle in the ring.
I don't even recognize the name. I'm actually stumped on this one 100%.
100%. Do you know why he was known to be such a hard hitting motherfucker?
No.
Because the dude had such poor eyesight, he couldn't see what he was doing. And he was just laying shit in.
No depth perception. Doesn't know if he's actually going soft or not.
Yep, he's just blindly swinging at motherfuckers.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, he was primarily known in like Japan, though. Primarily, he didn't have a huge career here in the States, which is probably why you don't know him.
Yeah, I mean, like I love New Japan, but I'm only just getting into some of like the historical matches and stuff in Japan. Like I don't know a lot of that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I recently found out that Bam Bam Bigelow was huge in Japan. Which that's a whole episode in its own right, just talking about him. But yeah, like that's where I'm at knowledge-wise.
Yeah, I totally get it. Walsh, I understand you probably have zero understanding or respect for, Stan here. But I'd throw him up at mid-carder just because he wasn't famous here in the States. He didn't have the lasting legacy impact of, an AJ Styles going from Japan coming to the States,
Okay. See, like, nothing to knock him. I'm going to have to look into him. I think that is hilarious, obviously, that he didn't know how to throw a hit because he couldn't see.
Yeah.
That's so freaking funny. That's like me going into the ring without contacts on. Like, hell no.
Yeah, that's a fun little tidbit.
I agree with Mid-Carter, though, because I don't know him.
Yeah. He's a legend in his own right, but he doesn't have the lasting impact of some of the other people on this list.
If we revisit the list one day, hopefully I will actually have seen some matches or something from him, and I'll know more, and we can better place him.
Yeah. I agree with that. We can revisit this sometime down the road after we're all more educated.
Yep. Agreed.
Next guy, though, is The Miz. God. I feel bad about this.
Real quick, before we talk about this.
Yeah.
Another jabroni I need to talk about is JBL real fast.
Yeah,
he needs to come down a peg or two. This man is a bully. Like I knew he was a little bit before, but I watched something recently, and my God, he bullied and beat up the Blue Meanie. He did not hold back his punches.
Yep.
What the hell? You brought up like an ECW tag team that got beat the hell up by him and another guy. What the hell?
Ron Simmons right here. I think that was in their AOP days.
Oh, okay. All right, Ron Simmons. All right. Both of them come down a peg, in my opinion, to jabroni. How do you boys feel?
Oof. I don't hate it. JBL, also, if you weren't aware, during the days of the Wrestler's Court, the Kangaroo Court that the Undertaker would preside over, he was often the prosecutor.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, he's like the boot then. No. He's in Get the Fuck Out then, my brother.
Okay, I didn't even mention that he also made money in the stock market and regularly appears on Fox Business these days.
That just adds to it. One of the biggest things for me, literally, is the fact that he's unapologetic about what he's done. Like, he does not care. He laughs about it nowadays.
Well, he's a prime heel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a heel. He plays a good heel. He's also just a shit-ass human. Like, hell no.
Wait. Are you telling me a pro wrestler is a shit-ass human? No, I don't believe you. Are you kidding me? Come on.
My friend, let me explain something to you. Okay?
No way.
Not everyone is a saint. I get that. I get that. But JBL and many others that we either will talk about or have talked about have gone above and beyond the level of shit ass human to like it's not even enough. It's not even enough of an explanation.
Okay,
Get the
JBL's
fuck out.
JBL's in GTFO. Okay, I'm good with that. Unless whilst you have some surprise miracle like he donated to your sick aunt who was dying of cancer, and he mysteriously, showed up with a brand new Cadillac and a sack full of money to cover her medical bills.
And don't tell me it's your sick great great grandma from Argentina who originally came from Germany or something. Because I know
What?
JBL would
No.
probably.
I'm gonna
would
settle
probably
for the
back
sack
that.
of money, and I'm waiting for the sack of money. So, if the sack of money shows up, we'll move him up a little bit. If not, stays right there.
All right.
Hopeful for the sack of money.
Okay. JBL, you hear that? We can be bribed, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But you gotta make good on it.
Give me lots of money, and I will move you up a meaningless list.
Thank you
My
for
brother, you
maintaining
have
the
this all figured
integrity.
out. You have this all figured out, my friend. It's so good. It's so
Okay.
good.
All right.
Anyone should go.
All right, but yes, back to the other jabroni.
Oh, we're dropping Ron Simmons down to jabroni, huh? Damn.
Yeah, I think he needs to come down a peg for that stuff too, because he's also not apologetic.
I wouldn't expect him to be, but, we'll see. Maybe there'll be a day where he's on his deathbed and he's making amends for being a guy who would beat the shit out of people in the ring for real.
Yeah, after that point, we can visit going up to mid card.
Okay. All right.
At least in my book.
In your book, yeah. Which your book is, it's something. It gets a lot of credit.
It's a lot of scribbles, a lot of drawings of the S from the 90s that we all used to draw.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Lot of Mega Man style drawings.
Mega Man stuff. Oh, damn.
Not good at drawing. It was last year when I figured out that if you want to draw a circle, you use your elbow, not your wrist.
Or,
It's a little factoid for y'all.
yeah.
Idiot.
That too. But if you want to freehand a circle, you should use your elbow.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've made those adjustments to
Yes.
the tier list, let's get back. Next guy on the list, The Miz, Mr. Real World himself, Mr. MTV, Mr. I feel bad because, he's not, a terrible wrestler. He's just not exciting.
I mean,
He's done a lot in his career.
yeah. I mean, he's very good at using other people's moves.
He's not unsafe. He's had a long career. He's held
Yeah.
every title at some point.
I mean, he's been dissed by John Cena.
Who hasn't?
True, but John Cena gave him just a brutal verbal beating. More than once, technically.
He is a good target for that.
I'm not a fan of the guy personally.
I
know him from the Real Road Rules stuff, and I didn't like him then.
I mean, that's the thing about him is, he's always been around, these days, but, I am struggling to think of a single match he was in that actually, retains in my memory.
The only thing for me that I retain is when people just shoot on him hardcore.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to do. I
Yeah,
mean, most of his moves and stuff, he has not come up with any of his own.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's face it. Every modern day wrestling move was, discovered and invented in, the Japanese Joshi style wrestlers.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'll agree. But the point is, everybody puts their own kind of touch to it, their own flair, their own je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm.
He has not done that.
Yeah, but he's not, bad,
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler, though. No, not by any stretch. He's not an entertaining wrestler.
Yeah, he's just boring.
Yeah.
So would you say he's a mid-card wrestler, but his outside the ring antics move him up to high mid-card?
The other way. The other way.
You'd move him lower for that. I mean, he does have a reality show with his wife.
Yes.
Successfully somehow.
Somehow.
Because, but
I
These
personally,
characters are the heel. You're supposed to hate him.
yeah, but
mm-hmm.
this is like more than that. Like
Or is he that good?
No. No. I mean, unless you count like just naturally, like you look at him, you're like, yeah, I don't fucking like that guy.
Yeah,
Then, yeah.
I mean,
then he's good at that. He's definitely good at that.
I mean, he's good at having a punchable face.
Yes. I personally just would not put him above mid card.
No,
I don't think he's done anything noteworthy to put him higher than that.
I'm comfortable with that because, unfortunately,
I
it's
was gonna say, has he ever punched like an old lady or a baby? Because that would bring him down.
not to my
I wouldn't
knowledge.
put it past him to do it on TV
Yeah,
if they told him to do it.
I think he could pull it off. It could work.
Yeah,
but
I feel like he would not hurt the baby nor the elderly woman. I feel like he would actually keep them safe. He's not a bad wrestler. He's just a boring fucking wrestler.
All right, mid card. He's mid card. He's perfect mid card material then.
Yeah, because
What it sounds like.
I haven't heard anything about him injuring people or failing to protect someone.
No,
So
no, he's always been safe with everyone he's in the ring with, and he's always been safe himself. Like, he's not known for getting injured. He's not known for doing anything, exceptional either. Unfortunately, he's just
good with that.
real safe. He's mid. He's not
He's
the
mid.
Miz. He's the mid.
Mid, bruh. Bruh.
The long career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and he
As
could
we
move up
said,
over time.
Gives him time to move up.
He might come into like a
Another way
new
is stacking money.
persona.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could come into like a new persona at some point where he ends up coming up with like a move that is like a different take on something else, and it'll be fucking wild. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Speaking of not fucking wild, we've got Chavo Guerrero the next, who is, I mean, he's been around a long time, but like, he doesn't have the impact of anybody else in the family.
No. Don't get me wrong. I did love like seeing him come up with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it a lot of those early days, but since Eddie's passing, a lot of his stuff seems to be more behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He had, a decent appearance with, Lucha Underground. He did work backstage for the Iron Claw. He was one of the guys helping them, like, actually get the wrestling look authentic and stuff like that. So he does a lot behind the scenes stuff. He's always been more of like a coach type guy. He's one of those who's like, I don't have the charisma to be a main eventer, but I can teach you how to do stuff.
Well, it kind of leads me into this next thing. I don't remember the character name. Alex probably already knows what I'm about to bring up, I assume. Remember when he played a white guy?
Are you referring to Kerwin White?
That's what it is. I was gonna say Chadlington McKensington the Seventh, but I knew it wasn't that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty rough. I mean, I'm gonna lay a lot of that on Vince's feet for probably coming up with that character of him walking around with a sweater around his neck, driving a golf cart, saying if it's not white, it's not right.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, it's cringe as fuck.
It is.
Cringe as fuck.
It is real bad. It's a bad look.
And it as it ages, it does not get better.
It doesn't.
It gets even worse and worse. It's just like, oh my god, what are you doing?
But here's the thing. He was given that, and he went out there and did it. He knew it was bad, and he committed to it.
I was hoping you would make this counter argument.
Yeah.
I really was, because it's true. The fact that it was not of his design, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That was clearly Vince McMahon. That was back when he had full creative control over everything. You gotta give him points for saying "fuck, this is awful" and still doing it.
Okay, in my opinion, that keeps him out of jabroni status.
Yeah, same. I personally, I'm trying to argue for mid card here, personally.
I'm comfortable with that. Like,
Walsh?
He's a mid-carder. He's not a great wrestler, but training and behind the scenes work is good.
yeah,
Yeah, you're no jabroni.
yeah. I mean, he could be, but we're gonna give him some credit. We're letting him.
Yeah.
We're
He's done
letting
some
him.
time.
Yeah, he's put in his
There's
effort.
things in the future and go down.
Okay,
Yeah.
so unlike like the Miz, I can remember matches that he's been in back in the day.
Okay, so
Not even just from that that stint of that horrible character he did. I remember matches that he's been in over the years. I don't remember Miz matches. I remember his.
Okay, I'm comfortable with just putting him at mid card. He's Chavo. Like, he's always been around. He's okay.
As long as he's above the Miz.
Yeah, he's above the Miz. A lot of people are above the Miz.
Heckin' A.
Someone who's definitely above the Miz, friggin' Eddie. Oh man, he lies, he cheats, he steals his way into our hearts.
Walsh? You know Eddie Guerrero?
Somewhat. I know the name more than I can remember any or have seen any matches. Wasn't there the thing where he was the dad of Rey Mysterio's kid, supposedly?
The custody match, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So
look,
good.
I love Eddie. I would put him at GOAT immediately, and I would start debating who we drop out.
Honestly, thank you for saying it before I did, personally, because Eddie is literally like my favorite wrestler of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, there's a bias, obviously. I love the guy. I've watched a bunch of his matches over the years, but even if I didn't, I could still recall many matches that I've watched a single time just because of the way that he conducted the match.
Yeah,
He makes every match memorable.
and he
And if
worked all over the place.
Yeah, he did his time. I mean, his WCW days were good, even though what's his face screwed him over and over again. But didn't he? He called him an R-word hyena, didn't he, or something like that?
I don't know. Like, there was a rough period where WCW was really dropping the ball with Eddie, and he wasn't finding his feet, and he wasn't figuring out. He was bad on the mic, all of it. Nothing was falling into place for a period there.
It's like I got to give Vince credit because it's like he knew what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
The moment he stepped ground on WWF back then, like, it was all gold. It was all gold.
Yeah, but here comes the hard part. Who do we bring down? Because I see like 2, maybe 3. I feel somewhat leaning towards. I could say we could drop them down.
There's one in my book right now that I'm seeing that I'd be willing to debate first and foremost. I'm assuming Walsh, yours is still the same that from last week you were saying.
I'll debate putting any of them down.
All right.
I'll pick any side. It's fine.
Well, because last week, do you remember who you were thinking of taking down last week?
Nope.
It was the messy man himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, should I do that one again, or you want me to pick a different?
No, I thought you might. No, you don't have to, brother. You don't have to. If you got a different pick, things change in a week's time.
Look,
Nothing's changed. We could roll a dice. You could pick for me.
Alex, I want to hear your thoughts, though.
look, I was thinking Stone Cold as well. I've been reflecting on it. Look, undoubtedly, amazing wrestler, amazing for the business. Defined the Attitude Era, was there for the peak, defined like generations of wrestlers at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But he also beat his wife.
Yeah. Pretty badly too. Deborah took a beating.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So did I. I
know about that.
So I watched some matches of old matches of his from like WCW days and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I do say Bischoff did screw him over a bit, but Stone Cold was not that great of a wrestler at WCW either. He was still trying to get his fledgling days.
That's when he was
I don't know.
stunning Steve.
Yes, yes. Until he embraced his baldness. But Stone Cold was always kind of there,
Yeah. Like,
waiting.
and he wasn't like the most athletic guy to begin with, but he understood the character. He understood the dark arts of wrestling. He knew how to get people to believe in a match.
I could be argued that he goes down a peg.
And the beer spitting.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Don't forget the beer spitting, obviously.
Yeah. I'm still gonna put him ahead of Undertaker though.
Yes.
Ahead of Ric Flair.
Yeah, and ahead of John Cena, and ahead of The Rock.
Okay.
I don't care about your in and out.
Whoa!
Behind The Rock.
Jake the Snake goes above The Rock too.
Jake the Snake. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, swap Jake the Snake and Steve Austin.
Really? I don't.
No.
Like
I no. I'm sorry. I like Jake the Snake a lot, but I still think he's better. Where do you think? Okay, let's see it.
Aren't organized in any way other than the way they
no,
went.
they aren't. They really aren't. They aren't.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're just pissing time away, boys.
Yeah, we're just splitting hairs here. Come on.
We are. But I agree. Because the only other person I was gonna say up there at the moment, if I had to bring someone down other than Stone Cold, would have been Macho Man.
Ooh, the cream of the crop.
I love him, my brother, but compared to Eddie Guerrero, I think Eddie Guerrero has better matches. So if we find another GOAT coming up,
we will.
I'm going to be arguing for Macho Man to come down potentially here.
There's some coming up I think could take it.
Yeah, there's some Garen fucking T's I can see ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone who's not in
Who
contention.
you're knocking down next.
Yeah, someone who's not in contention for GOAT, in my opinion, is Jeff Hardy.
No.
I love Jeff Hardy, but God, no.
He is part of the reason why I love wrestling, honestly. Him and his brother, Edge and Christian. I love cruiserweight style wrestling, the high flying type stuff. You don't have to be a cruiserweight, obviously, but I like that high flying kind of style. And they hit every notch with that. And unfortunately, his behind the scenes stuff, his personal problems, brings him down a peg for me because it's messed up many matches for him to the point where people just knocked him over and said, "Lay down." You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sting, TNA. What was that? I don't know what match. I think it was Victory Road in the 2000s.
The triple threat or whatever, or the triple tag team match.
No, it was just straight up Sting and Jeff, and like he came out to the ring visibly messed up.
He had like the cat looking makeup on at the time. It was like red or whatever. I wrote, yeah.
Yeah, and like Bischoff came out and like told him, like before the match started, we're making a change. Like Sting, just put him away. You know, Scorpion Death Drop, 1, 2, 3, game over.
I love the guy, I do, but he's got some issues that he still works out with every day. It's one of those things that's hard to get over. I personally think that he shouldn't go above main eventer.
I think this is like the max for him is main eventer. Because
he could end up legend one day. He could.
He could.
He's got a lot of stuff to work out first.
Yeah. Which also brings us to his brother Matt, who,
you know, I don't think he has had as much of a memorable career in the ring as his brother when he's on his own, necessarily. I think his AEW days solo, though, have been a lot better for his solo career overall.
Yeah, but since we're getting into like his current days, like the guy can't even move anymore.
No. And so I was going to say, I would not put him above main eventer. I honestly think he's a mid-carder at this point.
At this point, yeah, like I wouldn't put him in any main event match, even a tag match these days.
Great dude. Love the guy, but yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those issues where his body cannot sustain.
And like, I'm sorry, I love the Hardy Boys. I love them to fucking death. But can you name a memorable match they had that didn't involve a ladder or any sort of weaponry or a
well, I was
steel
gonna say,
cage?
like any sort of spot where they climbed up onto something and jumped off of it from an extremely high point above like the rope height.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Most everything I remember are those style matches. You are correct.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, if he was still doing those, I would say main event. But he's not, and he hasn't
No.
done them for a while.
It's unfortunate, but it's the truth,
It
man.
is.
Uh,
Love the guy.
love
the
them.
guy.
Love them. Love the Hardy Boys. But sorry.
They are literally part of the reason I love wrestling, like I said before. But we have to be real about it. His career, it does not, as much as his brother's career shines, it shines a little too bright and that candle melts a little too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas his has sustained a light, but it's not a very bright light yet.
Yeah. It's
Maybe something will happen behind the scenes where it shines brighter.
And
I don't know.
cannot stress this enough. We love them, but
Yep.
they're not like, God, I feel bad. Like too many, steps backward for them.
And his YouTube stuff that he did, all the crazy stuff. I love that. I love that. That elevates him still in my mind, but it's not enough. It's just not enough.
No.
So before anybody in the comments says, well, all these other things he does, I know. I love at his house, the ring that he has at his house that he helped rehab his brother through one of his darker moments. I love all that. It's just, it's not enough.
No. And you know what? Look, we'll remember them fondly for their younger years. That's what we'll do.
Yep. I will say, I think he should be well above Bubba Ray. I think you should put him like all the way past Yokozuna on the mid card.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a very memorable man still. He's had some great matches.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a
I won't
high
argue.
mid card.
He's a high mid card. Yeah, that's fair. Money Matt.
Money Matt.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This one, I don't know where to place. Harley Race.
Yeah.
It's I got no idea where to put him because, like, there's so much with him that it's impossible for me.
And he comes from the days where promos and all that were like wild, wild west.
Yeah,
Before
like
it was just the Wild West. It was wild, wild west.
I mean, one of the innovators of the industry from the territory days, a guy who was, known nationwide before like there was a national broadcast.
Yep. And yet he couldn't shoot a promo to save his life. I've looked up many of his promos, and any of them that have survived the test of time are awful. They're bad. But again, these are during a time where this type of stuff really wasn't fully a thing yet. It wasn't established like it is now.
It wasn't figured out. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it was like the concoction was not perfected yet.
Yeah, like we could put him mid card, and like that's right in the middle.
I believe he is, because I don't know anything memorable of his matches. I've seen a few things, and nothing sticks out to me. But he comes from the old days too.
He's got a legacy. He is a legend.
I was gonna say it could be argued he's legend.
But at the same time, I mean, unfortunately, like he doesn't have the legacy that people will still refer back to.
I agree.
Walsh,
do you have any thoughts on this man?
I got no thoughts whatsoever. So,
all right, we'll throw him
he
mid.
was good back in the day and known that wide. Maybe main eventer for the day, but what does that mean?
Thank you for putting him above the Miz, by the way. I appreciate that.
Look, if you were familiar with him, Walsh, I would put him the main eventer. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those names that has probably been said around me before and did not stick.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
He's
and
a known entity.
Days. Like, there's not a lot of footage out there. Like, there is footage, don't get me wrong, but there's not a ton like you get with all the guys nowadays. So, like, I don't expect you to necessarily know him. I barely knew him when I first started looking at him.
Yeah. Okay, someone that I think we all know though, the Hitman Bret Hart is
Ugh.
goddamn.
Brett.
Ah,
Love the
like
guy.
yeah.
Love him. I do. I love his. I think he's been done dirty many times,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think he's done himself dirty.
Look,
I think his loyalty has been part of his own downfall.
I want to say like in ring, go absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Out of the ring, his business sense and his unfortunate run in WCW brings him down to legend status.
Yeah, I was gonna argue. I think he's legend at the highest. I
He's
think
he's a,
that if
he's a high
go ahead.
legend. He's a high
Yeah.
legend.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. No argument there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like not only did his career end too soon, uh, since his career has ended, some of the stuff that he has done and said when it comes to other wrestlers,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, it's a little much. It's a little much.
Oh, you mean his constant hate on for Goldberg, Bill
That's the
Goldberg?
only. Bill Goldberg deserves all the hate, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those I don't argue about, but he's like me. He's very whiny.
Yeah, a
There
little
can't be
bit.
two of us. We're like Highlanders. There can only be one.
Are you more of a katana or claymore?
You know, I'm kind of a. I originally was thinking like I'd be like a Zweihander guy, but when it's already taller than me, that's not cool. So I think I'm gonna go kind of different with this. I'm gonna go like Wakasashi Tanto.
Oh, so you're dual wielding here.
I'm gonna dual wield this shit, which probably
Show off.
guarantees my death. I'm not gonna sit here and
Absolutely.
be like I'm
Against the
awesome.
Highlander code. Derek, what is it? There can only be how many? Two? Oh, two. Fine. You get one.
I'm gonna sit this shit up. The rule of two.
You son of a bitch. You're gonna end up dead so quickly. Your head's gone.
My head is gone. My head
Your
is
head's
gone.
gone.
I think one of you would just do it just to protect the integrity of the Highlander movement. So
No, I just do it just to save you the embarrassment.
that too.
We'd
That
do it
too.
together and then be like, so two then? Yep, shake hands and go on our way.
So
Yeah,
basically,
wow.
would you allow me to commit seppuku with my dual blade so I could use the tanto on myself and you cut my head off with the Wakasashi?
Yeah, we'd
Could I at
let
least
you.
get that?
Yeah, we'd give you
I
that.
still get dual wielding in the end. You know
Yeah.
what? Half game, get a full
Uh,
snow cone. I'll play half game.
Yeah. Look, I appreciate the snow cone. Let's get into the next member of the Hart Foundation, though. We got Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Who's
I know him.
Yeah, you know him. He's been around.
Yep.
Pretty sure they falsified his accolades when he got into wrestling.
Yep.
Something about he was a professional footballer or something like that is what they lied about, or
Yeah.
he was in the Olympics or something. Look, he's not a bad guy, and
No.
he, by all accounts, is a sweetheart, but he's like nobody gives a shit about him.
I was gonna say if I hadn't already looked him up a little bit, and like watched wrestling back then, he'd probably be lower than Jabroni for me because I'd be like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
But I at least know him, and I remember a couple matches, but I would not put him above Jabroni. He's a jobber through and through.
yeah, no, he is, and as unfortunate as it is, I'm sorry, Andal, but like, dude, it's like we're moving on.
You're no Owen.
And Owen is the next guy we got up, and I'm
There
saying
we go.
certified legend.
Oh yeah, Garen fucking T, brother. Thank you for saying it because there's no way I would put him lower. No way. Mad respect on the name. Mad respect because he is a wrestler that did not need the Hart name. He didn't need it. He was that good of a wrestler. It helped him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it didn't. But his own wrestling accolades alone sell himself.
Yeah, and there's also the time that he kicked Brett's leg out from underneath his leg.
But yeah, I wouldn't put him lower than legend.
Yeah, no,
Rest
I
in
love
peace.
Owen. Yeah, R.I.P. Fucking tragedy, and let's let him rest in peace, but give him his flowers. He deserves it. He was a hell of a wrestler.
He put his work in, man. He put the time in.
Someone who unfortunately put the time in a little bit too much, in my opinion, is the guy we got next. We got Party Marty here. Marty Jannetty, the other half of the Rockers, the guy whose probably most notable achievement in wrestling was getting his face put through glass by Shawn Michaels. And then, in his older years, claiming to admit to a murder in his youth on Facebook.
Yes! Yes! Oh, that's so good. Boomers are so dumb.
Like, Marty is one of those guys that just, he went too hard. He went too hard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can remember quite a few matches from his singles career just from how embarrassing they were.
Yeah. They pop up in fail videos a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, what's the most memorable thing about him?
That the
Rockers.
drugs, the Rockers.
Like in ring.
In ring, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say this, the man was he was more drugs than human at one point in his life.
Literally. I would not put him above Jabroni, personally.
No.
I think he's a get the fuck
jabroni.
out.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not. It's Marty Jannetty. Dude, like, there's a reason, like, they set a precedent.
No bag of money yet.
No bag of money yet? Okay.
Nope.
Like,
he's still down there.
There's a reason
He's staying.
being Jannetti'd is a trope with tag teams. Because they set that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and defend any of Shawn Michaels' actions. He's a piece of shit, and we'll talk about him soon enough. But this guy is forgettable. And the most memorable thing about him is the tag team he was in with Shawn Michaels that Shawn Michaels fucked him over on.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it.
That's fine. Let's get into Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Because, like, talk about a guy who has done everything in this industry, good and bad. Like, where does he fit? Because, like, he's amazing in the ring. He's done terrible things. He turned his life around. He's currently running NXT and is doing a phenomenal job at it and is incredibly well liked backstage. It's like, I don't know where to put him. Like, he's almost.
I think that puts you at legend.
Like,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, brother.
Yeah,
he's done all of those great things.
No, he's done all those crazy things.
But he's also ruined many lives, purposely so. When he was in the Clique, his little gang that was behind the scenes, a bunch of wrestlers that would fuck over other wrestlers on purpose and fuck their lives over and get them fired.
I mean, he was playing backstage politics fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But Triple H was part of that, and we have him at legend.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a good point.
Yeah.
And he's running an organization.
Yeah.
I feel like his antics in many ways feel grosser and worse to me than Triple H's, despite the fact, I think it's because of Triple H being so unapologetically blatant about what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Shawn Michaels is conniving. Shawn Michaels will play the game in such a way, my brothers, where he will pretend like he had no idea when he was very clearly in on the plot from the early days. I'm talking about the motherfucking Montreal Screwjob, of course, but still.
Yeah, I know, but that's also something that he has made efforts to make amends for.
Yeah,
like a lot of his behavior from the old days.
I just think that I personally, I don't think I would put him above main eventer.
Really?
I think that
Mr. WrestleMania. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Out of the ring antics do play a role in this, and for me, they play a big role when you fuck people over for a laugh. When you ruin their lives for a laugh. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's trying to make amends for his past, but there's some things you can't fix.
Oh man, I mean, if we're going there, I would put Ric Flair way fucking down.
Oh, and we can let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Just going with fucking over other wrestlers. Are we immediately knocking everyone down a notch?
I mean, we kind of
Seriously.
are. Like, John Cena is notorious for burying other wrestlers, both on the mic,
Yes.
backstage, and in the ring.
Yes.
I feel like that's just part of wrestling.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like I would not go lower than main eventer because his in the ring career has been amazing. Very memorable matches. Even though some of these matches were garbage. So, like, look at his match with Hulk Hogan, where he oversold everything because Hulk Hogan pissed him off. Don't get me wrong, that was politics and gaming, but it kept the match interesting.
I love that match. I love that match so
That might
much.
put him at legend as fucking over Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah, he
You know
fucked
what?
over Hogan.
All right.
Legend.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree
Yeah.
with that.
He fucked over Hogan. Legend.
I can agree with that. You know what? We can make amends later, Sean and I.
Yeah.
But I will agree with legend.
Yeah. Okay. Someone far less controversial, Booker T. I got a heart
Same.
2 times the size that should be for Booker T.
Oh, you should get that looked at, brother. I thought you were going to say 2 lungs. I was like, yeah, that's normal too. I got that too.
Oh, okay.
No. I have a big soft spot for Booker T as well, though. I loved when he came over in the early days in WWE. I think they fucked him over real hard.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of this stuff is not his fault because he is a draw. He is great on camera.
No. Like, the whole fault was he was black and Vince is racist.
Yep, literally. I personally would argue legend because of his career nowadays. He still is a big draw now, even with because he still wrestles, but he does not wrestle like as much as he used to. He's very good at commentating.
No, I think he's had like 1 match sometime last year, and he was in phenomenal shape. Like, scary shape. Like,
yeah. And a magnificent fucking beard.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is big old points in my book just on its own fucking right.
Dude, his beard, the hair, the majestic locks.
Yes. I think he's legend.
I think he's legend. I think he's legend just for the one segment that he did with Stone Cold in the grocery store where they beat the absolute piss out of each other for however long it was. And I got to check out. I need a price check on a jackass at aisle 3. Come on.
Oh, man. He's just like, I think we would be arguing GOAT status if he wasn't fucked over.
Yeah.
He's legend because he's been able to make do with the crap that's been given him and still make fucking diamonds out of it.
Oh, yeah. Booker T, all-time one of the greats.
Love you, brother. Love you.
Yeah. Someone who I have less love for just because I'm going to say circumstances, though, is Stevie Ray. His other half of Harlem Heat, who was the Genetti in that situation. Shit.
Fucking A, right?
Like,
I would not put him higher than Mid Carter personally.
no, he's a jabroni in my opinion. Like,
Like,
even when he was in the tag team with Booker T, like, he was the least interesting person in the ring.
I mean, he was just there to look big. Like,
That's
Booker
it.
T had all the riz. He was
Booker
just there
T-
to look big.
Booker T had the riz, he had the moves, and another thing I'm going to give Booker T more credit for was when he was doing the announcing with Kevin Nash on TNA when they took over TNA for that night, and he was commentating as Black Snow, and then he got into the ring still with the mic and started beating ass, commentating on his own match while he was fighting people. It's like, oh, here comes Booker T stopping a hole, oh, Booker T, oh, big boot. Come on.
God, Booker, I love you, brother.
I love
Oh
Booker
man,
T.
that almost makes me want to. That's an argument for GOAT.
I know. Like, that's a GOAT segment. That's a GOAT segment, but it was on TNA, so it barely counts.
God, he's gold. He's just gold when you put the camera in front of him.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if he wasn't fucked over.
He would have had a career that I would put up against anybody.
I honestly believe he would have been one of those San Martino types where he would have gone over 1,000.
Yeah. He's too good.
Personally. Too good.
Yeah.
His in the ring is amazing.
His
sells are
Riz.
amazing.
His Riz. The Spinner Rooney.
Thank you. I love you, brother. I love you.
Yeah. Next guy. Nepotism incarnate, Shane
Yeah.
O'Mac. Here comes the money.
But I remember matches from him.
You remember matches from him. I mean, God.
The
Do you
man
remember
could jump all the way across the ring.
the coast to coast? Yes, he could do that. But at like what was it, WrestleMania last year, he couldn't do a single jump without blowing out his quad or whatever. What, he tore his ACL? Who knows?
That runs in the family, though, my brother.
Dude, come on. He apparently booked the most recent Royal Rumble last year for himself to go over a lot of full-time wrestlers. A lot of them.
It would be funnier if he wasn't actually a decent wrestler.
I wouldn't even like he
He's
cannot
not
throw
good.
a punch.
He's decent.
Look, there's a ranking of how to throw a punch in the ring. There's worked punches, which look good and don't hurt. There's shoot punches, which look like crap but hurt for real. And then there's Shane O'Mac worked punches that look like crap and really hurt. Come on.
Oh God.
He was actually just punching people poorly in the ring.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's like a high mid card. I'm not gonna argue that. I mean, nepotism alone brings him down.
Yeah.
But the fact that I remember some of his matches to this day, it says something. He's like, I wouldn't put him in Get the Fuck Out, but I don't think I would put him in mid card either.
Yeah, no, he's a jabroni for fucking sure. Unless, Walsh, you have some memory of him that's going to move him up or down, I'm comfortable putting him at a jobber status.
So I actually have memories of him being in it, but like only that like, oh, it's Vince's son wrestling. Ah, who gives a fuck?
Perfect encapsulation.
That cage match, though, the Hell in the Cell he did with Undertaker.
Yeah.
Where
And
he goes off the top.
Undertaker did all the work
And then
set everything up, and is like, and then we're gonna do this, little Shane, and then you know what? You're gonna come with me, and we'll go over here, and when we're done, we'll get ice cream for you.
I mean, Shane jumped off the top, though.
Yeah.
That's what, like a 30 foot drop, 25 foot drop, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact measurements, but it's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, but being a daredevil doesn't make you a good wrestler.
No, I'm not saying that makes him a good wrestler. I'm just saying it brings him, it keeps him out of Get the Fuck Out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Think how long was he around the industry? How often was he like, oh yeah, I'm gonna train and be one of these guys, and how much be mediocre at best? There's some things you can do with like practice, but if you don't have talent, you only get so far.
That's why you have to have a superpower called nepotism.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I gotta agree with everything you just said. That is 100% on the money, in my opinion, right there.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, I would never say that Shane is a main eventer ever.
No.
Never. But like, he's at least somewhat memorable. Surprisingly.
Surprisingly fun to watch because you want to see him jump off of something big and almost hurt himself.
Exactly. You want to see the pain happen.
Yeah. Someone who's gonna bring the pain though. We got Kurt Angle up next. Oh man.
Otherwise known as Perk Angle.
TNA days. Oof.
Yeah.
The guy.
Is he like an actual Olympic wrestler?
Yeah,
Yes.
he won a gold medal with a broken frickin' neck. He will remind you of.
And didn't he live with a broken neck for like 2 years, like Chris Benoit did?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Kurt Angle he's a wrestling god.
I would not put him in GOAT personally.
Mm-hmm.
I remember many matches from him. My issue with him, like wrestling wise, career wise, I never really liked his promos that much. Some of them were really funny.
Yeah.
But I felt like they were funny not because he wanted them to be funny.
Dude, I don't know. When Stone
Some
Cold
of them,
turned,
yes.
when Stone Cold turned heel and they paired the two of them together, they were genuinely hilarious together.
I just feel like Kurt needs to be paired with someone though when he does promos and stuff for it to be better. I
mean,
I would say he's main eventer personally.
I'm gonna put him at legend.
As high as legend.
I'm putting him legend. He won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. There, come on, he's a legend.
Oh, I wouldn't argue he's lower than main eventer. I'm just saying I don't think he's GOAT.
Main, like, current day meme too, on top of it.
There is a lot of Kurt Angle memes. That is
Yeah.
true.
Like he's still relevant. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, he still is. He's got staying power for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I unabashedly love Kurt Angle for his ring work. The guy is insane. He can do things that most people only dream of.
I think, despite the fact that it's extremely safe for him to do to other people as long as he doesn't wrench it, the wrist or the ankle lock that he does,
Mm-hmm.
when he wrenches you,
Oh
it
yeah.
just looks so brutal every time. And it's not though, obviously. Like he's not actually hurting them, but god damn, does that look brutal every time he does it? Like,
He makes it
memorable
look
in
good.
its own right. Memorable in its own right.
His suplexes, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. He's a great wrestler. He's an amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
He fucking better be. If he's won gold. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Come on.
I'm just kidding.
Come on.
I'm just kidding. Show me the gold, Kurt.
Dude, he wore the medals.
He wore it all the time. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
Trust
come
me,
on.
I watched him back in the day. I'm just saying
come on.
shit to talk shit.
Yeah. Just shitting on Kurt Angle for no reason because he's old
For no
enough now where you could probably outrun him.
Hopefully. I fucking hope so. That dude, I don't know, man. Sometimes dudes with short, I'm more upper body than lower body like him. So, like, stubby legs, for some reason, you can fucking sprint. So I feel like as much as I may be able to sprint, that motherfucker could outsprint me.
Yeah. You know who you're
I
not
might be able to
outrunning?
go the long game. If I go the long game, I could win.
I'm gonna try and trip you though, so I just want to see what happens.
He's going to get you in the
I see.
ankle lock.
I see that Walsh is using the old tactic to do against a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All you got to do is be faster than someone else.
That Kurt Angle.
Not fair.
Okay. Last Outlaw's next. Double J himself, Slapnuts, Jeff Jarrett. This guy, God, I don't know what to say about him because I love him. Jeff Jarrett is like the ultimate carny motherfucker when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
And like
He's had a very, very storied career.
like
Memorable.
Memorable, sure. Like, and current day, still going. Still like living it up, living the gimmick. Like showing up and like smashing a guitar in somebody's head still gets a huge pop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know the guy and everything. I still keep up with him and a lot of stuff that's been going on, and I don't know, man. We got a lot of people already up on this board.
We do.
It's hard for me to put him super high.
Look, he also stole Kurt Angle's wife.
That too. I forgot about that. Holy fuck! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Karen Jarrett, man.
I mean, between the two, who are you gonna remember more? Kurt Angle?
Oh, Kurt Angle for sure. Look, I wouldn't put him above a main eventer. I'd put him at the same league. Yeah. Look, I would put him on the same level of like Lex Luger. You know. He's older now, and he's still like around and kicking. Like, no disrespect to the guy, he's still working.
I was going to argue main eventer as well. I wouldn't put him higher than that, and I don't think I'd put him lower than that either, though.
No, like
Alex to explain slap nuts.
That's just his go-to fucking insult, man. He calls everybody slap nuts.
Yeah.
You know what? High main eventer for that.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna move him right up here where he belongs.
There we go. There you go, brother.
Hell yeah, Double J.
Hell yeah.
KO up next. Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. This guy is like the meanest Canadian to ever exist. I love him.
And yet he's still so fucking nice.
He's so fucking nice. He's hilarious.
Yep.
And he's one of those guys that can do some crazy shit in the ring. Like, you want to talk about jumping off of shit like Shane O'Mac? KO can do that.
He reminds me in the sense of like where like you would look at someone like Bam Bam Bigelow and not think he could do some high flying crap, but he was able to do it. You look at Kevin, you don't necessarily think he can do some high flying shit, but man, the guy can fucking fly.
Yeah. And, he works a very similar style to fucking Stone Cold, and they had a hell of a WrestleMania match. That was something that was surprising. Like, it started off real bad, and then Stone Cold took that bump of suplex on the outside on that concrete, and shit, like, flipped a switch.
He's a great fucking wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
He's a safe wrestler at that, too, which is a big thing.
He's a cool fucking dude outside the ring.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I would say he's a legend yet, because his career is early. If we were to put him on legend, I'd put him on low legend or high main eventer.
Look, I'm comfortable main eventer.
The guy draws.
I'm putting main event. Like, KO, give him another title reign, and we can talk legend. But right now, like, main eventer, he can move up easy.
And his matches are rarely ever dull. Like, the majority of the time, you're going to get a great match.
And you know what? He power bombed MJK off the stage at a show and put him through a table. That, like, he's close to legend. He is teasing, he's edging legend right now.
Just a great wrestler. Great wrestler.
Someone who I think, Derek, you might have some familiarity with. I don't know about Walsh, but Tajiri.
Love Tajiri.
Like, he might still be wrestling to this day.
I believe he is, actually. I believe he is, if I remember correctly.
I think he's still going around, spraying poison mist in people's faces.
I love the guy, especially from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say legend. I don't even think I'd say main eventer, but it's not always the wrestler's fault.
Yeah, like, he wasn't really ever, like, pushed to the top of the card.
No, but he always put on a damn good show. And I would put him in a mid-card. High mid-card.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely going above Miz. Easy.
Oh, done. Easily. Fucking easily. Because, like, his antics were great. Mm-hmm. Always made me laugh. Like, and he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
He comes from the old days, too, so.
Yeah, he's got a good, like, solid legacy. Like, yeah, sure, he's not, probably going to be in the Hall of Fame this year or whatever, but maybe someday.
Right, exactly.
This one's tough, though, because Rey Mysterio somehow still going.
Still going.
Still. Despite, like, the little guy who, like, you couldn't keep down is still around.
Yep. And not only that, still putting on a great performance night after night.
Mm-hmm. Even after that time he lost his eye.
Yeah.
2020 was a weird time.
Weird time.
Look,
I would say legend personally, man.
Yeah, he's an easy legend. I mean, I feel like there's an argument to be made to make him a GOAT, but you know what? He's still working. I'm comfortable saying legend.
High legend at that, because like everybody knows the name alone sells.
The name alone,
have, like the whole weird like storyline with like the son of Rey Mysterio and all that, but they wouldn't do that storyline if the name didn't still fucking sell as good as it does.
And you know what? Dominic is killing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fucking yeah.
Yeah, like Dominic Mysterio went from somebody I laughed at because he was so fucking terrible to turning it around to actually being entertaining legitimately.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, goddamn, that's that Mysterio genes working.
Seriously though. But like Ray puts on a show, man. Mm-hmm. Like from early days to now, you're gonna get an amazing show. You're gonna get a 619.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna get everything you fucking want, and he's gonna tuck you in at night too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna read you a little story. He's gonna tell you about how to do the Three Amigos and the 5-star frog splash, and it's gonna rock.
And it's gonna rock.
Mm-hmm. Booyakasha 619.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh God. Speaking of like 5-star machines, we got Mr. Perfect. like Mr. Perfect is, as I've been informed, the definition of a butterface.
Oh my.
That's so mean. But
Fuck. I
God,
would say I'm probably a butterface before him, but okay.
Kurt Hennig, man, like the guy legitimately was a fantastic wrestler. He had
Yep.
some fun promo works. He had some fun vignettes. Uh, Probably didn't get his due during his prime years, but
Nope.
I look legend in my opinion.
I'm gonna say the same. I was thinking legend. It's Mr. Perfect.
Like the gum, the towel, like what
Uh-huh.
he has so many little tiny moments that made him so great.
The women went nuts. That's pretty much all you heard every time he came into the ring.
Yeah. Look, I would watch a Mr. Perfect match anytime.
Oh yeah. Same. Same. Easy legend. Fucking easy
Easy.
legend.
Easy. Uh this one's a little difficult because we're getting into the new day now. And Big
Yeah.
E is up first. And I
Oh boy.
I I love Big E so much. The man is so entertaining, and it sucks that he has been shelved for as long as he has been, and as long as
Yeah.
he might very well be like permanently.
Yeah, it's annoying because I love Big E too. Like our series that we're doing with GM mode, he was an easy pick for me, a quick pick.
Yeah,
Uh, I love the guy. I it's unfortunate with how long he's been sidelined for.
mm-hmm.
I think if he wasn't sidelined, we'd be arguing legend status right now. But I'm personally going to argue main event.
You know, I'm okay with that because like he hasn't had the longest history of a career like some of the guys in Legend, but he's someone I am going to remember very fondly.
Same, same. Especially with or without the boys.
Yeah,
With or without the boys.
I mean, God, when his NXT days where they did the 5 count instead of 3,
Yeah,
where he's like,
instead
I
of the
need
3
5. God, man is so much power.
Fucking Riz for days, and like the amount of Riz in each fucking peck, man.
Each peck,
'Cause
in each gyration of his pelvic muscles. He doesn't even have to
seriously,
speak. He doesn't even have to speak to get you to laugh. That's what's great
I
about Big E.
I would not doubt that if I was in the same room as him, and he looked me dead in the fucking eyes, and he like made one peck move, I'd be done.
Yeah.
I'd be done. I'd be like, you know what? I'm second guessing this now.
Mm-hmm. You're second guessing this now? Like,
I'm second guessing this now.
oh man.
Like I'd be in love. I'd be in fucking love.
You know what? You would grease up those pecs. That's what you
Oh,
would do.
brother. You know what, Big E, brother? Like, if you like retire from all this and you still want someone to lather them up, brother, I got you.
Yeah, I'd lather them up like real nice and gentle like, and then just like snuggle in, just like.
You know, I bet they're real warm too. Like,
Yeah.
consensually, of course. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't want that, we wouldn't do it. Like, you know, consent is everything. It's key.
Yeah, that's important.
But if you want them babies buttered up, let me tell you, got you.
Yeah. Let's move on to one of his brothers in arms, Kofi Kingston.
I love
God,
them.
he's great.
Great in and out of the ring.
Yeah, apparently a ginormous sweetheart of a human being. Out of the ring, just God, the work he's done with Ghana, inside and technically outside the ring, Royal Rumble matches where he pulls off some crazy save the last second. You remember that?
I remember me talking about years back when you first introduced me to New Day, where I was worried would these guys be able to have careers outside of New Day. And in my opinion, every single one of them has shown that New Day was just a part of their career. New Day did not make their career. Their careers, rather. And I feel like Kofi's gotten lucky in the sense that he has not sustained the type of injuries and stuff that Big E has. His storylines have been able to go forward.
Kofi Mania, dude.
Exactly. I'd say high main eventer, or even legend. I would say legend just because of his outside of the ring stuff.
Look, I'm gonna say main eventer just to keep him with Big E.
Okay, let's keep the
You
boys
know?
together. I get that.
Yeah,
I get
keep
that.
them together. Keep them close together. And you know what? Like, I would say legend if it wasn't for that, sad period where he was Jamaican for no
Oh
reason.
yeah. I fucking forgot about that. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
Oh, I love you. So good. Such a good guy.
Yeah. Let's
Fucking love
round
you, man.
let's round out the trio with Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed, the one of the hardest working current day wrestlers.
Yeah. Honestly, could have a career outside of wrestling if he really wanted to, easily.
Yeah.
In entertainment, no less. On YouTube, no less.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
killing it on YouTube was up, up, down, down.
yep.
Was part of that unfortunate revival of G4 that didn't last a year.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were using his name more than him using them, in my opinion.
Oh
So,
yeah, absolutely, and it's unfortunate because they had potential there and they just fumbled the ball.
fumbled it immediately. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Main eventer in my book, up to legend as well. Like it's the same argument that I just had. You know, New Day is not what defines them. They define New Day. It was just a part of their career. It wasn't the main part.
It saved
And
their career. It gave them a launching pad.
yeah, oh yeah. But with everything since then, like these boys have shown that they don't need each other to be able to be strong and on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have their own foundation now. Main eventer. His career's nowhere near over. So
Oh yeah, and get well soon, Woods. We're all
Yep.
pulling for you. I heard he's just battered. Poor guy. He's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
litany of issues that he's got to go through, and I feel bad for him. But you know what? I hope he's gonna pull through because, like, legitimately, like, I want to see those little curly-toed boots on my screen again.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Someone who we're not going to see again, unfortunately, is Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, the bad guy. Who, God, there's so many things you can say about him.
There's a lot. We make jokes about him quite a bit in our other series.
Mm-hmm.
Because we both have a version of him.
Yeah, and
enough.
the people at 2K did him dirty. They
Oh,
made
yeah,
him
they
look
did.
rough.
Yeah. Any of you that are listening to the podcast, if you haven't played WWE 2K23, it's okay. Just look up Razor Ramon inside the game on Google or whatever is your preferred search engine of choice, and you will find that they did him bad. They did him real bad.
Yeah,
The man looks like he's like dying of cirrhosis in the moment.
it's so rough, which is unfortunate because, like, legitimately, like, he didn't look like that until, like, I would say, 2000s TNA when he was really rough. When he
Yep.
wasn't really wrestling anymore that much.
Yeah, it was just more like shoot work, promo work at that point.
Yeah.
Just more bringing the name in, bringing the guy in just to keep him alive somehow.
Yeah, but I gotta give him points along with Kevin Nash for their jump to WCW, NWO, huge, influential, changing the game, getting paid for what they
Mhm.
deserve.
Oh yeah, I agree. Uh, I think that if he didn't have such a checkered past, I think we would be arguing high legend with him
Mhm.
because the antics and everything, it's so memorable. Razor Ramon, the name, they've tried bringing it back and it's failed every time. He's the only one that's ever been able to actually take that name and use it.
Fake Razor and fake Diesel were a thing. That is true.
Were a thing. Yep. And I personally, I'd put him at high main eventer, man.
Mm,
Because like the
I'm
behind the scenes stuff, it plays a role, obviously, but like
yeah.
it doesn't necessarily draw away from him like it does with some others.
Yeah, I'm looking at everybody else on there, and I'm comfortable with him as a main eventer.
It was a big draw, late '80s, early '90s, and then you go into the WCW days when he was part of NWO, and I mean the guy was a draw.
Yeah, look, he's
That was a big loss for the WWE when they lost Razor and Nash, man. Like,
yeah, they were
it's gotta be
huge.
said. Gotta be said.
The Outsiders were something, man. They were a moment.
They were.
Now, here's someone I think we've all been waiting for. The Hulkster. The immortal Hulk.
You just put him at the bottom.
There we go.
Just right away. You just put him at the bottom.
Yeah. Fuck.
That was so good. He sets the standards in the best of ways and the worst of ways, depending on how you're looking at something and what you're looking at. So,
like,
buddy,
there was nobody else who. I feel like we need a separate category for Hulk Hogan at this point.
What's below? Get the fuck out of here.
Jeez.
No, seriously, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know, let's just Yep. That's
Go.
no. Oh.
Uh-oh.
No. Seriously. GTFO.
Perfect.
And there you go. Oh, I do not like.
I don't know what you did.
I mean,
The
there we
black
go.
one don't work.
Yeah, the black coloring doesn't work. Okay, so it's gonna be gray.
GTFO is green.
It is green. Thank you, sir. I'm just clicking buttons here. There we
Hit
go.
more buttons. All the buttons.
Yeah. Okay, Hulkster. There you go. Your final resting
go.
place.
Don't get me wrong. He helped build wrestling,
He did.
but it was all for selfish gains, which most of them are, sure.
Yeah.
But he's done it in such a way that it's so memorable that literal people are talking about it decades later, like us.
Yeah. You know, he's someone who we can always look back at and laugh at his lies, watch him do a leg drop, watch him draw money for doing basically nothing in the ring.
Yep. Watch him
But-
no sell because he's mad.
Yeah, like shooting on people, like working crowds. Like the guy can legitimately do it. Like he has done everything in this industry, good and bad, like Shawn Michaels, and probably worse.
And you know what? You got to give the man respect, though. He worked 467 days out of the year. Like, who else can say that? Who else
Dude.
can say that?
You know what else he can say? He was responsible for killing not one, but probably two companies. Because,
True.
like, WCW and TNA almost completely obliterated due to primarily a lot of his actions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You knew WCW was gonna be ruined the moment that he came over and like immediately was the heel. It was like, okay, he's just gonna like feed into the fact of the awful fucking human being he is, and obviously hindsight's 20.
Yeah, and
Right.
it worked initially.
Oh, it did. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I even enjoyed it at the time when I was a kid. But fuck, is he stale? Fuck, is he an awful human being?
Fuck you, Hulk Hogan. You cunt.
Yeah, seriously, fuck you, Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah, in the words of the immortal Iron Sheik, fuck you, Hulk Hogan. You fucking jabroni. But that's gonna do us for us here tonight, Night Off. I
Holy
feel
crap,
like
we ended on that.
ending on this. Yeah,
Yo.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What
we're
a
cut-
fucking wild way. I'm sorry. That got me. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. That was so good.
yeah. Like we gotta cut it off there because we've got how many wrestlers left, and we're not gonna it's fucking Hulk Hogan. Fuck him. We're going
Yeah,
off on a
seriously.
fuck Hulk Hogan.
Not only that, audience, you got to see a brand new whole category get made just for this man. He is still a trendsetter. It
Yeah.
can't be denied. It can't,
can't-
be denied.
Can't be denied. He's the greatest of all time at being a piece of shit.
Well, he's got it locked down pretty well.
He does. He fucking does.
Let's get him another belt. But
Seriously.
thank you all for joining us. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bells, follow us on all the socials at Night Off Pod. We've got merch. Link is in the description. You can find us online, everywhere, anywhere. We're on all the podcasts. And yeah, let's leave them with a good feeling with a fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck you!
Good night, everybody.